Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. We had Deku. We also had quite a few people. Now, Deku learned that Cassie, aka Wonder Girl, she had a bit of a crush on him. Now, Deku he asked for advice. When it comes to relationships, yeah, he doesn't have any that aren't professional. Now, Deku tried to talk about this, and right now, after getting some advice from the guys, he also did talk to Kara. Kara, she told him quite a few things. And Deku, before he could really do anything, there was where he went to go meet Lex Luthor. Batman gave Deku a call. With the fact that they're still trying to figure out things with the Cyborg Superman, yeah, that's just one of the many they're trying to deal with. Now, Deku, when he went to go meet Lex, he actually did get infected by a Reach. Well, not Reach, actually. Light Control Mechanism, aka Starro Biotech. Now, Deku, he was under the Light's control. And what did the Light decide to do? They have a Kryptonian. Superman, well, he's back, yeah, sure. And what did the Light decide to do? They might be able to get two of them, Deku and Kara. And if they have these Kryptonians, they can kill the superheroes and rule the Earth with an iron fist. But they didn't do that. What they decided to do was quite simple. The Light slipped Deku right back into his own life. And Deku, he operated as a spy, a mole for them, until they might be able to affect Kara and even many other people. Now, Deku, he has no memory of what happened. And right now, there actually is where he does get to wake up in a hospital bed. Now, Deku, he actually just won't sit up. He feels groggy. He feels shitty. What happened to him? Now, Deku he does take a second, and his mind will go back into tactical mode. The moment he's out of his daze, he thinks. He's in a hospital bed. The last memory he has was Batman walking up behind him and him talking to Lex Luthor. Now, Deku, he's caught off guard by this. How does this memory just suddenly correlation, causation? Okay, this isn't good. Now, Deku, he thinks that it's been a few hours, if possible. He's unaware as to the horrifying thing he's soon gonna find out. Now, Deku does get up and start to try and walk through Mount Justice. And right now, he finds that there's nobody really here. He walks through the halls. He walks through the entire place. And there actually is where he does come to a room with holographic projections of people. And right now, Deku, he does start to try and look around. Before he does stand in front of one, and he does start to read the information from it. He saw somebody he recognized, somebody he knows, one of his best friends, somebody who helps him with a lot, someone who helped to teach him humanity. And right now, Deku does read quite a bit. And he does read it still in a bit of shock. As right now we do actually have Wonder Girl, who right now she was running around the base trying to find where he went. And right now there was whenever they checked this room. Deku was standing there, just staring at the monument. And right now Wonder Girl, she would come to walk in. And Deku, when he does go to hear her, he does go to turn. And right now Cass is staring at Deku, tears rolling down his face. As Deku does try to ask, It's true, isn't it? Now, Cass would stare at Deku. And Deku, He just started to walk forwards, asking, "This has to be some sort of joke, right? There's no way that this statue, it's a memorial to him, right? There's no way that Wally is dead." Now, Cass just stare at Deku, and Deku he does get a little bit more concerned. She looks older. He can see it on her face. He could see it in the way her body looks. She's taller. And, well, certain proportions to his eyes, which can see at the, let's just say, atomic level, he can tell a difference. Now, Cass, she does actually step forwards. And right now, Deku, he actually has looked towards her before trying to ask her, what the hell happened? How did this happen? When did it happen? And Cass does try to explain, stepping towards her boyfriend. It's a lot for him to try and realize. She gets it, but just come here and calm down. They'll talk this out. She'll explain everything. He just needs to stay calm. Now, Deku, he is burning with rage. He read the entire thing. The day Wooly died, it should be 2 years, if not more than a year and a half in the future. If Wally died, if Wally is dead, then this thing's from the past, which means that the day that he died already passed, which means this is more than that time in the future. The current day right now isn't the current day he remembers. Now, Deku, he does look at Cass, and right now Cass will try to explain. Her actually bring her hands up and directly onto Deku. Right now, she has to tell him quite a lot of information, and he is not going to like it. Now, Deku, yeah. Right now, a lot does start to happen. He learns about the Reach. He learns exactly what happened. The day Wooly died. The day they found out that the Justice League, they were taken over by the biotech. The day that they cured him, specifically, which was about 7 to, let's just say, 8 days ago. The day that Wooly died, which was about 5 days ago. Now, Deku does hear about it. He was a pawn for the Light. Vandal Savage, Lex Luthor, and many other villains, magical and otherwise. They all came together. They all worked together. And what did they work towards? It was simple. Trying to take over Earth, while also trying to take over the League. The control they could have, the people they put in certain places, with a little bit of strategy and just working together, all their dreams could come true. All they have to do is just share a little bit of the blue marble. And hey, maybe this does work out further. It won't just be the marble that they have. The blue marble will be one of many worlds they have on their galactic conquest. Now, Deku, he does hear about it. And right now he does sit there. He's just in shock. And right now Wonder Girl would try to ask him if he remembers a lot, or does he remember anything at all? Now, Deku, he does stare at Wonder Girl, asking her, what is she talking about? Izuku, what's the last thing that you remember? Clearly remember. I'm just curious is all. The last thing I remember? I don't know. Really, it's hard to say. Me and Wally, we we raced home from school. I met I met Batman's son, Damian? Damian Wayne. Yeah, that was his name. And I asked Tim, uh, never mind, Izuku, you had to share everything. I asked him advice about you. About me? Yeah. Now, Cass, she actually is a bit worried. What Deku's describing, that was more than a year ago. She's fairly certain that she might know the day, but if that's the case, then he's practically a stranger to her. Now, right now, Deku, he is pulled to his feet, and right now Cass does try to explain a lot. They dated. They are still dating, and right now, this is bad for a multitude of reasons. Right now, they're going to go to Megan. Right now, they're going to try to restore his memory because clearly this is all off, right? Now, Deku is confused. And right now, he actually saw something go through his mind as when they do go to walk through the door, there stands somebody Deku he thought he'd never see again. Superman. Now, Clark does stand there, and Deku, he does go to look towards him, as Clark will go to ask him if he does feel better. To which Deku would stare at him, before he does go to turn and walk down the hallway. And Reno Kal-El will go to try and talk to Deku. He wants to talk to him. He wants to tell him a few things. And Deku would just simply go to turn, telling Cal he's happy that he's alive again. Now, Cass was don't go to turn to Superman, expressing to him she doesn't think that Superman came at a good time. Just try a bit later. She's gonna go get him to Megan. Maybe the memories, if he can see them, they can help. Now, Superman, he does understand. It's been nearly 2 years. Of course he'd be not happy to see him. Now, Deku, he does try to go through everything. Right now, after he does talk to Megan, she would try to do what she can. Right now, all she could do is try to stimulate those parts of Deku's brain and let it do the rest. She might be able to connect the dots, but making a solid line to them, that's a bit, well, let's just say, trickier. So, Deku, he will be having dreams of this. Everything that's already happened. And right now, Deku, he does just think. Him floating there in the sky about what happened. Right now, he does stare down at Metropolis. The world. A little older. His body. A little bit older. What is it? If he's correct, the day he came to Earth. And he's 17. Now, Deku just won't laugh at that. 17. Sure. 17. Now, Deku, he does think. He missed the funeral of his own friend. He lost a friend. He was used as a pawn. All these thoughts going through his head. Everything that happened to him. He's mad. He's angry. He feels like he wants to just... He needs to... No. Clark, he's back. He's not going to allow the first thing he does after learning about all this. He's not going to let it be some sort of anger. Now, Deku, he does try to calm himself down. And right now we do actually have Kara, who does come flying up to Deku. And right now for Deku, he does float there, looking down at the city. Kara will go to ask. He's been a bit busy, hasn't he? And Deku, he doesn't respond. To which Kara will go to explain. She is happy that he's back to consciousness. Then again, she also isn't really, well, you know, concerned. Now, Deku doesn't say a word, to which Kara will go to at least continue talking. It's really funny, They didn't even realize he was taken over. I mean, Deku, he reacted the way they thought he would, especially whenever Connor enrolled in school. Now, Deku would someone going to turn his head, asking her who's Connor. Now, Kara would actually someone going to react. Oh, good, he's finally here. So good of him to participate in the conversation. Now, Kara does stare at Deku, and the look on his face, it doesn't look good. He's clearly mad. Now, right now, Supergirl will go to explain. Connor is the clone. Cal's clone. He dealt with the cyborg. Now, Deku, he does gotta ask her, what does she mean though? Oh, right. I said earlier, Connor, he's in school now. Yeah, but who's Connor? The Superboy. God. Listen, I can't talk to you right now. I'm kind of a little too mad. It's actually hard for me to see straight. Is that your excuse? Now, Dignitas won't turn to her. What? Is that your excuse? You left Cass back at the base. She loves you. I don't remember this. I see flashes a little bit, but nothing concrete. I just have pictures, Kara. I know. Megan told me. Listen, you don't remember anything? At all? Not really. Although I do have one thing on my mind. And that would be ripping Lex Luthor in half or possibly flying him into the sun. I haven't decided. Okay. Are you sure you're gonna be okay? I don't know. See, the thing is, I'm just trying to stay calm. And right now, I need to fight. I need to punch something. I need to do something about this. Now, Kara will gonna tell Deku. Right now, he needs some time. How about this? They're still over summer break at their school. So, how about he just fly out into space real quick and find an empty planet? I mean, hey, there's, well, Neptune, which it may be a smaller planet, but hey, it might be able to help. Or maybe Pluto? Maybe just some asteroid belt destruction would probably help calm Deku down. Now, Deku would look at Kara, and right after turning and blasting himself directly into space, Kara would get a watch. Deku feels bad. She can understand. She was under that control of the Reach for a little bit of time. It was quick, though, for her. For Deku, it was long. Way too long. I mean, barely any memory. Missing his friend passing. Not even realizing it happened. All this that they're dumping on him right now. It might be too much. But right now for Deku, it might help him. Right now, things might be okay. things should be okay. Now, Deku does head out, and right now he would decide to fly farther away. Even if he does try to be a little reckless, one of those asteroids, if they're big enough, they might fly towards Earth. Given enough force, it could be there within minutes. And Deku, he flies far away from Earth. And right now we do actually have on a random planet. Deku, he tried to listen. He heard no life here. And the moment he heard that, he got mad. He got angry. And he immediately started to break things. And we do actually have where Deku, he split this planet apart. Deku, he was pure mad. Right now he broke it down. And over the planet, Deku sent its core into destruction. It imploding in on itself and exploding. Deku, he floated there in space, still thinking about what happened. The death of a friend, the death of somebody he considered to be like a brother. This information in his head, it's going to drive him crazy. It's going to drive him mad. He's angry. Very, very angry. Now, Deku, he would float here, in the vacuum of space and the debris of a broken planet. Right now, Deku, he doesn't know what to do. Personal loss. Personal tragedy. When this happened to Superman, Deku was able to somewhat look past that. Him and Clark, they knew each other for a short amount of time, yes. He didn't want to become emotionally attached. But right now with Wally, I mean, the guy was funny. The two can talk at speed faster than people can see you at. I mean, they had their own little inside jokes. And they had their races. Now, Deku, right now he does go to fall asleep. And while he's floating in space, he dreams. Now, Deku does see flashes. He sees small little glimpses here and there. The day that Connor arrived in class. The day Connor Kent came there. The day they met the Superboy. The day that Kal-El woke up and defeated the Cyborg. The Eradicator, he was out of commission, and then things started to return back to normal. Deku begins to remember a lot. The day the Flash came out of a portal and started talking gibberish. All of it. Everything that started to happen. And right now, Deku, he'll go to open his eyes. Now, Deku finds himself floating directly in front of a planet. And right now, he will go to turn and look around. He's still orbiting the same star. And that planet... Oh wait, no, that's a moon. Now, Deku, he'll go to turn and fly away. And right now he does go back to Earth. Cassie. Cassandra. He remembers a bit more. The day that two started going out. The day that two actually started dating. The day him and her, they actually had a first date. She liked him because he was kind of mysterious and a little serious, but hey, he can fight, he knows what he wants. He's no nonsense, no bullshit. I mean, he's a straightforward guy. She liked that. He wasn't just confident in his abilities, he wasn't arrogant. He had no ego, because he already knew he was at the top. But he just still aspired to be better? Maybe stronger? Was that why he worked out? Or was that just for a sense of routine? A sense of relaxation? Cassie didn't really understand it. And Deku, he still doesn't smile. She's still trying to figure him out. Even now. Then again, it wouldn't feel right. Him and Cassie, all these memories he feels like he's had shoved into his head. They don't feel personal, but to her they are. Now, Deku, he would do something that nobody else would expect. As right whenever he does get return to Mount Justice, a few people will go to see him. Deku, he is in his regular uniform, aka his black and red suit. And right now, he has blood on his face. Dry blood. Right now, his suit is torn and his body does show some healed injuries. And right now, a few of them, they're confused. As right now, there actually is, over somebody, they do go to take a bit of a double take. And they do realize for a second, his costume's Kryptonian, isn't it? I mean, it's made of fabricated Kryptonian material, right? Now, the person who would go to voice this, they actually do go to look towards Kara, trying to figure out exactly what the hell might have happened. And right now she will go to stay silent, as there is Deku, who right now he'll go to knock on Cassie's door, and Cassie will go to answer it. As right now whenever she does see Deku, Deku's still going to step forwards, bringing his hands up and pulling her into a hug. And she does try to ask him, where has he been for the last 2 days? Deku's stepping back. It was only 2 days? What was only 2 days? Never mind. I had to blow off some steam. I couldn't be on planet right now. You were at the watchtower? No, I wasn't. I took a small trip to relax and I'm back. I remember some, Cass. I remember the good times. You do? What do you remember? Our first date? Our first kiss? Our first draw? What don't I remember? I'm remembering up to... What is it? No, I don't have a date there. Hang on a second. Now, Deku should remember. He should remember any time he may have seen something. A indicator. Something that's like a calendar. Maybe a phone? He must have looked at a phone. Now, Deku is finally at least trying to tell her. He remembers somewhere between this date and this date, which would somewhat be around summer of last year. About at least the end of it. Now, Cassie, she doesn't smile. Deku, he does remember her, but not the same her now. Now, Cassie would try to ask. If he's trying to come here to break up with her, then she already gets it. She already assumed he'd do this. She already thought that this would... Cass, no. What? Cass, I'm gonna level with you. I'll remember more. I'll remember it all. I'll have time to process, time to look at everything. But this feeling I'm having, maybe it is me. Maybe it was the tech in my head. But I did seriously want to try and explore this with you. See what's going on. If this is real. I thought I'd actually have a chance at doing that. But maybe not. So, I'm gonna take my blue kryptonite bracelet and I'm gonna run for a second. I can come back at any time. Just take the thing off, chuck it off, and hey, I'm able to fly again. Come with me, Cass. Take a break from all this. I'm sure they'd understand. Now, Cassie's a bit alarmed. Deku, he doesn't want to break up. He's wanting to try and build more memories by running away together. Okay, this is a bit new. Now, Cassie does stare at Deku confused, and Deku would try to explain. They can come back, let's say next week. Or how about this? They go tonight and just try to see what's going on. They try to see how it is. Now, Cass would look at Deku, and right now she actually would have stepped forwards and kissed Deku. As I went for Deku, he does actually feel this. He feels comfort. He feels okay. But then there's one where she's going to pull away. And right now, Deku, he would look at her. To which he would explain. She can try and help him. But she'll go with him for about, let's just say, 3 days. Then she'll return. Or hey, how about they spend about a week out there? She'll come back. He can come back when he's figured a bit of things out. If he's going to actually try to be human for a second, she'll let him try and figure this out, the same way a human would. He does stare at her, and right now she would somewhat smile, saying they'll figure it out together. But right now, Izuku, he might need to do the human thing first. Focus on himself, and then focus on others. Right now, Izuku, he's somebody trying to help others. It's like this. They're floating in the ocean. He is the only person who knows how to swim. Everybody else doesn't. Right now he's running around trying to put life jackets on everybody. But he's getting tired. He's starting not to kick his legs. He's starting to go under. Yes, everybody else. They're flailing. They're chaotic. They act like they're on fire. And he tries to put it out. Calm them down. Give them safety. Give them something to look to. Look towards and focus on to ignore the panic. Yet, he's drowning. They're accepting his help, but they're not too sure if he's even in the right condition to give it. Now, Cass will tell him, as she does go give him a hug. She'll be ready in a few minutes. After she gets ready, though, they need to figure out what to do. And Deku, he does look at a smile before going to turn and go to his room. And right now he's going to pack a bag. Now, everybody, they do watch the two go to someone walk out of the cave. And they do get to talk about it. As right now Deku tried to tell everybody, right now he's going to go on a bit of a trip. They are both going to go on a trip. They'll be back whenever they figured a few things out. Now, everybody, they do seem a bit surprised. And right now there actually is Kara, who will go to nod at Deku. And Deku, he would nod at Kara. Before he actually would turn and walk away. And everybody, they just think, oh yeah, they'll be gone for a week or two. Maybe. Hey, they don't know. Now, Deku and Supergirl. These two, their respect has turned into more of a friendship. Kara, she actually sees Deku as a friend. Over this time, here on Earth, Deku has done nothing but just prove her wrong. Deku, he's existed here. He's fought for this planet. He's defended it in her cousin's name. And he's even gone as far as to uphold that person's moral code. Not killing, not trying to just take out. Yes, he's a Zod. But hey, he's her friend Duville. Now, Deku, him and Wonder Girl. These two, they do actually head someplace close by. And right now there actually is Deku and Cass. The two do both sit there. And right now Deku, he'll go to pull out the bracelet from his case. Him going to latch it on directly to his right wrist. Before telling Kara. And with that, him going to stretch, he's human again. Now, Cass will go to ask, is he really sure it's going to pass by here? Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Besides, I've kind of always saw this in a novel. So, we're doing this because it's from a book? That too. Also, because I think it'd probably be a very fun way to travel. Now, Kaizo called Deku a bit goofy, talking about how it's kind of surprising from Mr. Duville. Now, Deku would don't smile, and right now after the train will go to speed by them, both Deku and Kaz will go to bolt into a sprint, going to hop on as right now the two will sit there, looking up towards the stars. This world is safe, but it's only safe because of the sacrifice of a friend. The sacrifice of somebody who sadly had to die to save this place. They're missing out on the world. A world that won't remember them. But they will be remembered. At least by the ones who are given this burden, not this power. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.